So first I will show something, I mean the theoretical part, then I will come to some practical. And basically the main motto of this webinar is basically to understand about the Playwright, what is Playwright, why it's so popular, and why it's so demanding into the market. And as we have so many tools, like we have Selenium, we have Cypress, we have robotic tool or something, but why Playwright gaining the popularity? So but when I explaining about the Playwright, I will definitely, because if I am explaining the Playwright, I will compare with them Playwright with the Selenium and Cypress. But it doesn't mean Cypress and Selenium are not good tool. Every tool is good. It totally depend upon your requirement. What's your requirement is, what's your hands-on, and what your client want actually, because ultimately client is paying us the money, right? So we have to, if even if you are a beginner, so sometimes we are beginners, so we are just basically confused about the basically which tool we have to go with and which tool we have to start. So my suggestion is just basically you have to start with your basically basic concept. Tool is just like tools will come and go. Basically, it's just matter of basically you have to keep your concept clear. So like here I am going to explain Playwright with JavaScript. So suppose you are coming from the Selenium background. So basically, in a high level, I would say if you are experienced and if you are already doing some automation, so you have to basically keep clear your concept, basically how to design the framework and how to basically basic concept basically. So basic concept across different tools will remain same. Only just a kind of matter of basically some syntax or some, you can say, some way of designing the framework. Otherwise most of the thing remains same in the different basically frameworks, whether it's a Selenium, it's a Cypress, or it's a Playwright. So definitely there are some different tool has some pros and cons. So I will explain all these one by one. So let's move to my first slide. So myself, Kailash. So let me introduce though already Faith already introduced me. So just I will give one minute introduction about myself. So myself, Kailash. So I'm working in a senior QA lead manager in 3 Global. So I have more than 17 years of experience, and I just got this award from Microsoft, Most Valuable Professional. And this is my barcode for the LinkedIn. If you want to connect with me in LinkedIn, you can connect with me. And in December 2024, I have launched my book basically in web automation using Playwright in JavaScript. So it's in with JavaScript, and the book is available in Amazon. So if you want to basically, if you want to see how the book is, and if you want to purchase, you can do definitely from the Amazon, any all over the world actually. And this book basically not only cover only the basically end-to-end testing, it's only also cover the API and accessibility testing, visual testing, and using the Playwright. Okay. So today, basically content that I'm going to cover in the today webinar, actually, I will give the overview of the Playwright and how to, I will explain, I will take a very simple script, and I will basically today main motto is basically to explain you guys about the Playwright, how to set up the, and what are the different folder structure, and what the benefit of each of the folder structure, how we can manage, how we write the very small script, and I will explain. I will take only 2 or 3 liner script, but I will try to explain so that your concept should be clear. Actually, mainly main motto of this webinar is basically to understand the basic concept of the Playwright. Because unless we don't know the basic concept of the Playwright, there is no mean to create the framework. Kind of framework is easy. You can easily create. It totally matter basically how you creating, how you making your concept clear, basic concept, right? And so that is the thing basically I'm going to basically explain in this session. So overview of Playwright. So Playwright is open source. So yeah, I think few of the folks I think you know about Playwright. So Playwright from the Microsoft so come into the market in 2020, right? As quickly gained the popularity to the stability, open source nature, and supported multiple language. So one of the good thing actually Playwright come after Cypress actually, right? So mainly if I talk about the JS framework, so the recent two tool in the market that come basically first the Cypress. Before Cypress we have many tools like WebDriver.io, we have Protector and many tools, but recently in last 5 to 6, 7 years we have Cypress and Playwright. Cypress is also good tool, but the Cypress, if someone coming, if you are if you have previous experience and if you are coming from the Selenium background, so one of the most challenge that I personally feel actually. So in Selenium, basically, I also use Selenium in the past in my project 7 to 8 year back, 9 year back. So I use normally Selenium with Java. So so if today someone is coming from the Selenium background with Java or C Sharp or basically Python, the challenge with the Cypress is that basically one of the biggest challenge that I face is even I face Cypress support only TypeScript and JavaScript. Playwright is the tool only basically which support all the basically like TypeScript, JavaScript, C Sharp, Java, and Python, right? So if you are coming from the Selenium background, you can easily adapt it. Basically, it you can easily you can because you already aware about the suppose you have working. Yeah, please go ahead. Sorry, someone raised the hand. Okay, so I hope I am not bit fast. I am not fast. I'm not speaking very fast, right? Please interrupt me if you, sorry.
No, no, you are not
Yeah,
speaking very fast.
fine.
Okay,
Or
okay, great.
are you
Mhm.
okay? Fine.
Okay,
No,
okay,
he's
thank you.
fine. He's not fast. Yeah.
Okay, 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 thank you. So, so as I mentioned, like if you are coming from the Selenium background, so if you know about the like Java and Python, so it's very easy to move here in Playwright. The challenge is if you are using Cypress, I'm not saying you have not to use the Cypress, but you have to definitely you have to learn the JavaScript or TypeScript if you have not, right? So this is the one of the benefit of the Playwright, like you can easily adapt and you can easily go with any of the languages. Okay. So this is the NPM trend. So this I recently take today. Actually, if you see the Cypress Playwright, normally these three tools normally we compare actually. So Cypress Playwright and Selenium WebDriver. So you can see the popularity of the Playwright. It gaining slowly, right? So the reason is simple that I mentioned actually. There are some couple of features there. I will explain in the coming slides. So then you can realize actually, yeah, definitely it's basically a tool. But yeah, it getting the popularity day by day compared to the Selenium and Cypress. But yeah, I will tell you one more thing, like Selenium and Cypress not going anywhere in from the market. They will remain also in the market. But yeah, but it totally depend upon your project requirement. If your client say, okay, no, I want to do the automation in the Playwright, then definitely you have to do with the Playwright, right? And it's open source. And one of the other thing in Cypress is that basically their Cypress dashboard is paid actually. So if you want to integrate your run your test case in CI/CD pipeline with the help of Cypress dashboard, so you have to take the license for that. But here WebDrive sorry, in the Playwright you can easily integrate the GitHub action. It will come out basically CI/CD GitHub action. It come by default with the installation, so you can do it. So this is the another thing basically with them. And yeah, architecture wise, agar if I explain you the architecture, so you can see this diagram I have taken from the internet. So from this guy program bus, credit go to this program bus. So if you see the you have architect of the Selenium and Cypress, and now this is a Playwright. So even in the Playwright architecture, you can see that actually this is one of the reason of because of this architecture. This is the one of the reason the Playwright is faster. Yeah, one before that, I want to say Playwright is faster compared to the Cypress. That I personally feel, and I personally run actually couple of, I mean, around 100 or 150 to 250 test cases, and then I basically monitor the time and all taken by the test cases. So I feel Playwright is faster. So the if we go to the architecture, while if you see, so in the left side you can see these are basically the client library. So you can write your test cases in any of the library, JavaScript, Java, and Python. And Playwright use WebSocket protocol. So what is WebSocket protocol? WebSocket protocol is it's a protocol in which when the connection is established between the client and server, it will remain intact until unless either of the parties say, okay, I want to terminate my connection, right? So this is one of the another reason because why Playwright is faster. Because if suppose I have written some code here, like I have written here some code, like open the website and click on this, and then when it go to this server for the execution with the help of this browser, connects even after getting the response, connection remain established, right? So because connection remain until unless either client say, okay, my task is complete, now I want to terminate, or server say my task is complete or some error is come or something come, he want, I mean to say server want to terminate the connection, right? So connection remain established between client and server. That is one of the reason actually this Playwright is faster, right? And if I give a one use case, I think you guys, if you guys do the trading side, you see in trading side we also use the WebSocket connection, because in trading we need the data every millisecond or second, right? So this is one of the reason also the Playwright is faster, because it's a WebSocket connection. Another thing, one more thing, is it's use the CDP protocol. What is CDP? It's a Chrome Dev protocol. So what happened when I suppose I have written some script here in the left side using any of this library, JavaScript, Java, Python, or something, then and this whatever the code I have written, it will go in the form of JSON to this server with the help of this WebSocket connection. When it go to the server, inside the server we have browsers actually, Chrome browser, Chromium browser, WebKit, and Firefox. And this server, how this server communicate with the browser? With the help of CDP. For Chrome, it use the CDP protocol, and for Firefox and WebKit, it use the similar type of protocol, CDP. So what the benefit of this? CDP is nothing but Chrome Dev protocol, so which help them to communicate with the DOM actually, right? So ultimately, when we write any script, it will interact with the DOM, right? So when I say DOM, I mean to say in the inside the HTML we have a DOM. In the DOM we have the element, like suppose I want to click on a button, I want to click on a link. There is a structure of everything, right, inside the DOM. So with the help of CDP, I can quickly connect with the DOM, and whatever the action we want to perform, we can easily do. So that is the reason it's very fast, right? Playwright feature, as I mentioned, cross-browser. Playwright support all the modern, basically Chromium, WebKit, Firefox, cross-platform, cross-language, right? I will not go in much detail. Other feature, Playwright Inspector, I will show you. So this is one of the amazing feature of the Playwright Inspector. You can inspect on the runtime. Tracer view. Tracer will help in debugging. Then the UI mode, in the UI mode you can see your application when your something is performed in the UI. Actually, you can easily view in the UI actually, right? How Playwright work under the hood actually. So as I already explained the architecture, but what happen actually when we run any of the Playwright script in Java, Python, JS, or any of the five languages. So what happened? Suppose I have written any script here. What happened? The server download the. I will show you with the help of one demo. The server download the user pre-installed browser tab. So this is one other thing actually. In Playwright, you don't need to install any browser. First of all, if suppose you have a machine, you do not have any browser, you don't need to worry. When you install the Playwright automatically install binary file for Chromium, Firefox, and WebKit. So you don't need to worry like I have to install the browser in my machine. You don't need to worry, right? So what happens when you install the Playwright? These browser will automatically download if they are not downloaded previously, right? Once they are downloaded, then next is suppose whatever the script you have written, suppose you have written page.go to this, suppose I want to open this yahoo.com, this script will be basically executed. Actually, the server translates this low level browser command into the WebSocket connection, right? So as I show you few minutes back, so we use the WebSocket connection. So we have initialized, we have written some of the basically our script, right? And browser is downloaded, and then script will be sent to the WebSocket protocol, and then after WebSocket protocol, it will connect to the browser. Browser will basically execute all the commands, whether it's clicking on the URL, clicking on the element, right? And then finally result. When I say result, I mean to say we get the response from the server. So this is the way actually Playwright work under the hood actually, right? So this is kind of detailed explanation of this architecture kind of thing. So this is if you are a beginner, so and if you are applying for the job, so it might be possible people ask you about the Playwright architecture. So you need to differentiate what the difference between the Cypress architecture, Selenium architecture, and Playwright architecture, right? So this is the one thing that you have to understand actually. Now let's move to the next, yeah, another thing. Yeah. Why Playwright is the future actually? As I mentioned, cross-browser support, already mentioned. built-in debugging. I will show you how we can debugging. So Playwright comes with the built-in debugging. That is one of the good thing about the Playwright, right? In its previously in other tools, basically we have to put the debugger. Here we can also do put the debugger and all, but they have their own capabilities actually. I will show you how you can do the debugging in the Playwright very easy way actually. And even every millisecond and second minute you can see in the UI what is happening with my application. I am clicking, I suppose I am clicking, I am opening something, everything you can see in the UI actually. So debugging is easy in the Playwright. So that is these are some of the reason actually it's very popular. Playwright is popular. Built-in parallelism. This is the amazing feature actually, right? This is not in even in basically Selenium in or even in the Cypress. Playwright come with auto, basically I would say by default in Playwright all the test case run in parallel. You don't need to worry about how I have to execute the test case in parallel. It will come by default actually, right? Playwright build parallel test execution, one of the standout feature. It allows you to run the multiple tests simultaneously. Okay, all in one automation tool. This is another thing. Playwright come as a bundle. You can do not only UI, you can do API, you can do mobile device emulation test, you can do accessibility testing, you can do visual regression testing. So previously in Selenium, we have to install different library, different basically third-party tool, right? Suppose I want to do the accessibility testing, I want to do the visual testing, I want to do some basically API testing is not possible definitely in Selenium. So and if I want to do some mobiles for that mobile automation, we have APM there. But yes, these type of like visual testing, accessibility testing is not possible there, right? So but good feature, Playwright basically come with a complete bundle actually. So this is another thing. Reliable automation, auto-wait mechanism here in Playwright. So every command is by default itself wait for few seconds actually. So this is the auto wait mechanism in the Playwright. So Playwright auto wait feature intelligent wait for the element to be actioned before performing any action. So if suppose I say okay, open this URL and then click on this button. So before clicking on this button, Playwright automatically wait for that button to load into the DOM or into the UI. Until unless it will not visible, it will not actually execute the command. So this is the beauty of the Playwright actually. Device emulation. So you can do the suppose you want to test your application in different mobile viewport actually. You can do with the help of Playwright. Writing the test with the Playwright actually, right? So these are the two way we can write basically one with this command npm init let or with the help of this command. So let me go practically here. So let me create a directory. So here I am installing the Playwright and I will show you how it easy and to install and what the meaning of every command actually, right? So it's very mandatory to know actually what we are doing here. So I am making a one directory, suppose pw, and today they launch the version 1.5.2. Okay, so I have created this directory here. Now let me move to this directory and let me run this command. So this is the command actually that we have to run. And one more thing actually I want to showcase you. So their documentation also good actually. When if you go to the playwright.dev.doc, so you can see everything here actually, right? So their documentation also good. So I am running this command. What this command will do, npm init, it will initialize and then it will restore. So npm init will what it will do, it will create a package.json file and it will install the Playwright. So and I am installing under this directory. Okay, I hope so far it's clear. Please give the thumbs up if everything is clear. Okay, thank you. This will definitely motivate me. Okay. You guys can see my screen, right?
Yes, you can see your screen.
Yeah, you can see this. Like, do you want to use
Yes,
TypeScript? Okay.
yes.
So this is the
Please, can
first step.
you zoom in, Pathak, can you zoom in a little bit?
Yeah. Let
Zoom
me do.
in.
Let me do. Is it fine?
Make it More?
More? Okay.
Yes.
Does it make sense now?
Great. Yes.
Okay.
Excellent.
Okay. Thank you. So guys, when we run this command, what happened actually? So this every step is because when you give the interview in the for the playwright, they will definitely will ask. They can ask anything, and so this type of question come. Okay, so when you run this command, so what it will ask? It will ask, do you want to use TypeScript and JavaScript? So one of the good question come here. Why it only TypeScript and JavaScript? Why not Python? Why not Java? Why not C Sharp here? The reason is because Playwright is built on the Node.js, right? So TypeScript and JavaScript automatically it will support for Python, for Java, for C Sharp. We have to do the different setup. Okay. So for the you can select any of the language, TypeScript or JavaScript. So I'm selecting here the JavaScript. Okay. Now next is where do you want to end-to-end test? Okay, so this is the folder actually come by default, right? Where all that where you write your test cases. If you want to edit it, you can give some other name. So I am keeping it as it is. Now it will ask GitHub action. So as I mentioned previously, Playwright come with the GitHub action. It will support CI/CD actually CI/CD setup you can say right itself. So when I say here yes, what it will do? It will create a YAML file. In the YAML file, I will show you after this screen. In the YAML file, there is a set of instruction which will help to run our test cases in the CI/CD pipeline. Now, what you see here? Install the Playwright browser can be done manually or this. So as I mentioned few minutes back, if in your system you do not have any browser, you don't need to worry. Just say here yes. So what it will do? It will install all the browser one by one. Okay. So you will see here. So first is install Chromium, then it install WebKit, then it will install the Safari. So this is the good thing about the Playwright. So you do not worry about they have their own library. Okay. So yeah, here you can see downloading the browser. So it will install Chromium, it will install Firefox. Yeah, actually it will install automatically. So it will it will because it's very fast actually, right? So after installing, you will see such some of the command here actually, right? Npx. These are the command that you can. I will explain you. Now let me open this project into the VS Code. Okay. Now I am opening the VS Code. So let me open this. So today basically I am explaining the very basic concept. So might be probably we can do next month or maybe after next month one more session where we can do how to set up the framework in detail actually, because in 1 hour everything is not possible to cover. So I have yeah. So here you can see, right? So this is my main folder. So I can quickly explain this. So let me start with the folder test. So if you see here test, this is the folder where we create our test cases. First thing, this is come by default actually, right? So I will come into this later on, just few minutes after few minutes. So before that, let me explain first about these two files. These are very important actually. First, what is package.json? Package.json is nothing but basically it will help you to know basically whatever the item or whatever the package, I would say not item, whatever the package you are installing or dependency you're installing, it will come display here. So right now I have installed, I have Node and I have Playwright. So you can see both the dependency displaying here. Another is the package log JSON. Sometime in the intro, people ask actually what is the difference between the log JSON and package. So the difference is only that in package JSON we will keep only few things, not all in detail actually, very high level. But in package log.json you will see. So before that, let me explain you one more thing. If you click here in node module, so when we install the Playwright, as I mentioned, because Playwright is JS-based framework, so it will node module, it will automatically installed here. And inside the node module, you can see there are different basically packages here: Playwright type, Playwright, and Playwright core, UDC type. So for everyone here, you can see there is a dependency. Like for this one, this guy, UDC, you can see here, right? Similarly, for the Playwright core, we have a dependency. It will basically what the version, what the license, everything. Then the for the Playwright, this is the Playwright. Then this F7, this is the F7, and this is the type basically type for basically basically for the TypeScript actually, right? And this is the Playwright for the Playwright, right? So package log JSON basically is the basically you can say it's a master file actually where all the dependency, whenever any dependency, anything you install, there is one entry you will say here. Okay, suppose I install some dependency related to the Cucumber or some other thing. So once you install the Cucumber, it will install in the package.json also and here also. So this is the difference between the package.json and this. Now come to the test folder. Now before test folder, let me this is the git ignore. So git ignore is just a kind of basically if suppose I do not want to keep do not I want basically my when I push my code it will not take much space. So what I will do, I will put it here in the git ignore when I push my code in the CI/CD pipeline. So it will ignore all these basically node module or test result, right? There is a one other folder text example. There is a test and text example. Test example is nothing but it's a kind of it's another basically specs file where you have some example here. So you can easily see actually. I will come in a minute. So let me explain this test actually. So in the test basically you will write your test cases. So in because as I mentioned JavaScript we are using here JavaScript. So how you write your test cases in, so in the test folder I'm not creating any framework here right now. I'm just explaining very basic. In framework and other detail, we will come. Might be in next month. We can do one more session. Next after next month. So how you write? Suppose you have to write one test case. So you can you can directly write, or there is another way also using the code gen. They have the, as I mentioned, they have the code gen feature where you can automatically generate your script, right? I will come into this in a few minutes. So these are the test actually. Here you can see there we have by default two tests is here. And what is the what this line meaning actually? So this is saying import this and this from this actually, right? So what is import? Basically I am saying here this yeah, one more thing actually. So if you guys have if anyone have worked in the Selenium, so if you guys remember for assertion and everything we have to install the different library or you can say different packages. But here in the one of the good thing about the Playwright, you don't need to install separate assertion for assertion different library or different module, right? Playwright come, as I mentioned, Playwright come as a bundle actually. So test this basically for the this package basically for to write our test cases. Expect here coming from this package which help us to write the assertion actually, right? So what is this test? This is the test actually. This test will take two parameter. Test is a, you can say, is a method which take two parameter. One is the basically title of the test. Another is this is the callback function actually. We say it a callback function, right? So if you guys are aware about the JavaScript, then you know about the callback function, right? And why we have written async here? Because in the Playwright, most of the command return the promise. To resolve the promise, we have to make our function as async. We have to write, first of all, we have to write await. If you have written, if you have write await, then we have to write here the async. Why we write await here? Because in Playwright or JavaScript, every command written the promise. So if I do not write await, first of all, what's the meaning of await? Await means please wait for a few, please wait here. And before moving to suppose I have written here some more command here, right? Let me write. Suppose we have a four command here, right? If I do not return await here, it might be possible it will execute first this, right? Suppose it will execute first this, then it will execute for this, and then it execute this, and then it will execute this. So it might create problem, right? Because we have written our test case in a pattern like it will execute one by one. But because I have not written here away, then what will happen? It will run our command any of the order. So for systematic order, to make these command basically to, because as I mentioned, this command return the promise, so we have to write the await. And if you are writing the await, then we have to make this function callback function as async. And what is page here? This is very, very important to understand. Page is the fixer here actually. You can imagine like that without page, page is just like a window or a tab actually, right? And we can discuss later on about it because it's a complete different topic actually. Fixer is completely different topic, right? So you can right now just understand page is just kind of fixer, and using this page you can write the different command like page go to, then page click. Let me quickly show you some of the basically my some of the test cases quickly. Suppose let me open this guy. I think this is the API. And my guys might be confused. Let me open the UI for UI test case first. Okay. Let let me open this. Yeah. So here you can see, suppose let me take one example here, upload file, or let me take this iframe. Okay. So this is the basically this is the command. So as I mentioned, page is a fixer. So everything, and suppose you have to click page dot, go to page dot, you have to write this way actually, right? So here you can see I am saying, okay, click open this URL, and then I am capturing something, and then in the text area, sorry, not capturing, I am just keeping this located into this const variable, then I am filling. So text area dot fill is a command to fill the data into the text box or text area, right? Similarly, if I go some other, like here you can see there is another test case here, and let me go to this test case. I think this is the original one. Let me, okay, let me go to this upload file. Okay, I think this is not the test. Let me go to yeah. Let me go to this. This is the basically alert, handling the JS alert in Playwright. So what I am doing here, I am just opening with the help of go to, then page on the dialog. Then I am putting some exception, and then accept, because it's alert actually. So I have put here dot accept, right? So please don't confuse with this command, because it take time actually, right? It cannot be understood in one day. So definitely, as I mentioned, we can do one more session later on, so where I will create a complete framework in front of you, and you will understand actually how to make the framework. But yes, in Playwright, basically this way, basically we start using the page is everything here. The page is a fixer. There are other fixer also. There are inbuilt fixer. There are some, we can make our own fixer also, right? And in the Playwright, let me give an example of the API also, because we have very less time, so I'm going a bit fast, sorry for that. So as I mentioned, we can do the automation, API automation also. Like, so suppose I want to automate some my get put or put request, so we can do with the help of in Playwright. And for that, we have to basically, we have some command that we have to use actually, right? Request. We have to route, like we have to use here request fixer. In the previous, we use the page fixer. There are a couple of fixer actually. There are three or four fixer here in the Playwright, right? So page fixer is there, request fixer is there, browser context fixer is there. For API automation, we have to pass the request fixer, then we have to pass the URL. Then I suppose in this API, I'm just making sure like 200 response I'm verifying, and I'm making sure like length should not be greater than, right? And similarly for the post request, in the post request we have to give some data, right? So I am giving some data here, and this new user, and I'm passing here in this, and this just verifying like after passing, in the post, after passing data, I'm in the last line number 10, I'm making sure that whatever I have passed, it should be displayed. Similarly for the put and all, right? Okay, so let's come to the one another thing, important thing. Suppose if you are a beginner and you want to basically, you are not able to do the coding in, I mean, you are in the early stage. So what you can do, you can take the benefit of code gen. Actually, there is a feature of Playwright, which is a code gen. So code gen is auto generate tests within the code gen actually. So what we have to do, suppose I want to generate some code for a site. So what I have to do, close this. So I have to write this command, and after that, if you want to give any URL, you can do the URL. So once I click on this, so this is very beneficial actually. If you are new into the Playwright, so you can take the leverage of this npx playwright code and command, and you can record, right? So here you can see these two lines will automatically come, and then here, suppose you have written here yahoo.com, right? Okay. So whatever the command you will give, they will automatically basically recorded here, right? You can see here. And other thing about this basically CodeGen is there's some good feature of the CodeGen here actually. So if you see here, we have a basically one, two, three, four small icon you can see here, right? These icon basically help us to basically this icon for the locator, right? So suppose I want to get the locator of this guy finance link. I will click on this and I will click on this. Then let me do one thing. Let me. My system is very slow. Okay. So suppose I want to find the locator of this URL. Suppose, okay, I will click on this arrow icon here, and then I will click on this. Then if I click here, you can see this link, this basically a locator will display here, right? And this is basically for the beginner, and if you are basically not familiar much with the Playwright, you can leverage with this code gen feature. And suppose you want to verify, okay, I have opened this yahoo.com, and you want to verify this sign in button here displaying. So what you can do, you can take the help of these are the assertion 1, 2, 3. These are the assertion, like this assertion for asset value, this assertion for the text actually. Suppose I want to make sure like sign in button is displaying. So what I will do, I will click on this assert, and then I will click on this sign in. So what it will do, when I click on this green icon, it will automatically put the assertion here. You can see await expect page locator and login contain text. So this way you can not only record the script, but you can also put the assertion there, right? And you can using this in the you can convert, like this is in the JavaScript, right? Suppose you want to convert this code into the Python, you can do with the help of Python here, right? So this will and you can just copy paste this code, complete code, and you can just run it actually, right? But this is not the good approach. It's just kind of, because it's a kind of record and playback, right? So this is just for the actually beginner, you can say. So if you are a totally beginner in the starting, and you are just totally new, so you can just take the leverage and just copy paste here, and then you can just put here, right? Suppose I want to run here, so you can just go here and create a file. Suppose I give some file here, demo.specs.js. So because I am writing in JavaScript. If you're writing in TypeScript, you have to write .ts, and you have to give like this file name, and I mean the file name or module name .spec.js, right? And you can write here. Okay, and when you run this code, it will run. And let me do one more thing here. Now I am running this code in UI mode. So there are two way to running this code. Either you can run into the basically headed mode or headless. If you do not want to see the UI mode, so you can run this command npx test. So what it will do, so this is the one test case, and what it will, and in the example I have two test cases. Okay, So this is the one test case, and this is so total number of three test cases. So if I click on this run test command, it will run in all the three browsers. As I mentioned, Playwright run test cases in parallel. So here you can see 9 test cases are running in 6 worker. When we say 6 worker, I will come into this just in a minute. In the meantime, they are, so you can see here they are first running in the Chromium, and then it will run into Firefox, then it will run into WebKit one by one. Okay, so this is one of the good thing about the Playwright. And you can where you can control the parallel and all. So if you see here this file, this is the config file. This is very important. This is the heart of the Playwright. So if you see here, I will start with line number 16. So we have mentioned here, pick my test case from this folder. So it will automatically pick from here. Might be there's some mistake, no problem. So you can, if you want to, if suppose you have edited this name test to suppose you have given ABC suppose, right? So you can just update this here dot ABC, right? In line number 18, let me zoom it. I'm not sure if you guys able to see it or not. Just a minute. In line number 18, you can see we have mentioned it comes full parallel true. What it mean? It mean that our test case will run into the parallel actually, right? If I put here false, they are not running in parallel. They are running serial wise, one by one. First it run in Chrome, for then it WebKit, then in this way they will run. Okay. Then next go to the other important thing is here is this is the line number 24. This is this line number 24 for the actually for the worker. That worker, when I say worker, we mean to say number of basically browser you want to run here actually in how many so one more thing actually. So in line number 37 you have seen here that the project, and inside the project we have Chrome, Firefox and WebKit. Suppose you do not want to run in WebKit, you can just remove from here actually, right? Or if you want to run only in Firefox, so the test case will be run only in the Chromium. Similarly, these are for the mobile viewport. Suppose basically Playwright not for the native mobile testing, but you if you want to check how my application look in the different viewport, like in iPhone, in Pixel 5, in desktop Chrome, so you can use these also actually, right? This is a reporter by default HTML report. It will support the HTML report. So here you can see. Uh, let me open this. I don't know. Okay. I actually I closed this. That's the reason it's not opening. So for the report actually, so by default it's support HTML. But apart from HTML, it will support 4 or 5 more report like dot report, line report. Also, if you want to integrate like LEO report or Mocha or some report, you can do with the help of in the basically in the Playwright actually, right? So let me explain one more time this file. So this is for our test directory from where we are test cases. This is for the parallel run. If you want to run parallel or not, is mentioned from here. This is the forbidden. This is for the basically test case for when you are running CI/CD. Suppose sometime what happen when we say okay, if you put test dot only in our test cases, so what will happen? It will run only one test case. So suppose it happen accidentally. So what it will do? It will not execute actually, and it will give the error. So this is just kind of just kind of actually just for the CI/CD actually, right? So and these are for the reporter, and this is the tracer view. Okay, let me show one more thing here. Yeah, let me now run into the UI mode. This is basically in the headed mode. Now let me run in the UI mode. So for the UI mode, what you have to do? npx playwright test hyphen UI. So in the UI mode, what you can see every step of your test case running, how it's running, where it's failing. So this is very helpful for the debugging actually. So let me explain this. This is very important. This is the test runner for the Playwright. So I have written one blog here. So I will explain with this blog so that you can easily understand. So this is the basically left panel. So if I say this is the left panel, here it is, right? This is the central panel, this one, and this is the top section, and this is the bottom panel. Okay, so let me do one thing here. Let me run this test case. So here you can see, because we have given all the three browsers. So let me run only in the Chrome first, Chromium basically. So if you see in the left side there are so many things: pass, fail, and skip. So suppose I have here 100 test cases. I want to see only pass test case or fail test case. I can filter from these. I suppose I want to run in Chromium and Firefox. You just click, you can do this. This is the benefit of this. Sorry, if you want to see, sorry, I'm saying wrong. Suppose you have run your test cases in Chromium, Firefox, and WebKit, but you want to see only test case in Chromium. You can just filter with the Chromium. Suppose if you say Firefox, it will not come here, right? So I don't know why this test case is failing, but let me run it again. This one, right? And these are the basically test cases whatever we have given. These are the those test cases that we have given. Suppose right now here only one test case we have actually in the file, because we have example dot and demo dot specs, right? So only two, this is the demo specs, and this is the example. Two test cases are displaying here only, right? Let me do one thing. If you not fill, then I will run to the previous one. Okay, in the meantime they're running. So what this action is, what is this metadata is? So in action basically you can see. So this time this test case is passed. In the action you can see every step basically. First you go to this, then it will click on this, then this go this like that, right? This is the action. In metadata it tell, okay, I am running my test case in Chromium. My width is my viewport configuration is this, platform is this, like that actually. Suppose this test case is failed, right? So what you can do, you can basically this is the tracer view actually. So if you see here, if you go slowly here, so from here you can see the color is changed to green, right? So here it's saying I am clicking on get start. Then slowly if you go move forward, it will click on the get start and it will open this page. So this is only because this is a very small test case. Suppose you have 30 or 40 50 line test case, then you will see every step, every minute, every second what is happening with my test case. So this will help in debugging actually, right? So, and this is the all about this. And what is this actually? Suppose this is for the locator actually. This icon you can see here. So suppose I want to my test case is failed. Suppose the locator is changed, right? And I want I want okay, what is the updated locator? So what do you have to do? You don't need to worry. You have to close and you have to inspect. You don't need to worry. You just click on this. Suppose my locator for this community link is failing. So what I will do? I will click on this icon here, this circle icon, and then I will click on this. So it will automatically, here you can see this is the local. So Playwright Testner is very actually everything in you don't need to go here and there. Locator you want to inspect, you can do here. You want to debug, you can do debug with this, you can do debug with this. Apart from that, you can see here source code, you can see your calls, what is happening in the network log, you can see your logs, you can see here, right? Every log like click action, you can see element is visible, not visible. So this is totally basically helpful for the debugging. Every information you have in this test, right? If there is any error, you can see here console. If you suppose you have put some console in your script, you can see console here. Network, every call you can see get, put, post. Suppose sometime what happen, our get call is failing, suppose post call is failing, you don't need to go to the browser again. You can do everything from here only. You don't need to go to the browser, right? Attachment, suppose in your test case you have do some attachment test case, upload test case, you can see here, right? And before and after you can see, like if I see before, so you can see get button, get started button not highlighted. And if I click on after, you can see, sorry, this is for this actually. So if I say before, in before and after, in after you will see it will click actually, right? And in before, what is showing, in before it's showing, okay, there is a button with the name get start, and when I click on this after, it will say, okay, you have clicked on. So everything you can see here, right? So this is one of the good thing. So I also explain here all the detail in this blog actually, right? So yeah, everything is here actually, right? So let me quickly move to the slide where we are. So this is I have explained this. I have explained what is async and all, right? Debugging I have tried to explain, like we can do with the help of debugger. We can yeah. Another thing what we can do, we can also do with the help of this command debug. We can put hyphen hyphen debug. Okay. Another thing, suppose you want to execute your test case only in Chromium or only by, so you can use this command npx playwright test hyphen hyphen project Chromium. What is this project? If you see the config file here, I just show you this few minutes back, you can see here in line number 37 project. Okay, so in project we have Chromium, we have Firefox, we have WebKit. So you have to give like that. Suppose you want to hyphen hyphen project WebKit, hyphen hyphen project Chrome, hyphen hyphen project Firefox, you can go give here this way. Okay, some of the best practices of basically Playwright. So use the inbuilt locator. So they have inbuilt locator, get by role, right? So avoid these type of locator like page dot locator, because inbuilt locator are very bit faster compared to this, and because if they can easily basically they can work faster in DOM, I mean to say, right? Leverage playwright session. So if you're doing something like, suppose I want to fill some value in username, so try to put if you can do this session first, then if you click on pay locator, then fill on user, that will be good actually. So right, keep test independent. So we have to make sure our test case should be independent. This is the one of the thing actually. So we can use the hooks. There is a concept of hooks, I cannot explain right now. Before is, after is, if you guys have worked on Selenium or Cypress, you know about the hooks actually. Use chaining and filtration. So you can do, suppose we have a three product. So in the playwright, there is a playwright, suppose actually filter concept. So you can filter with this actually head text product tool, right? So we have, suppose a list of three items, we can filter like this way actually. Use CodeGen for generate locator. This is not the good practice, but I would say if you are a beginner, you can use, right? And you can give this like the npx playwright CodeGen http yahoo.com. So it will automatically open the yahoo.com. You don't need to type actually. API automation first. So we have not discussed API here, but yeah. So if you are doing the automation using Playwright, and if possible, I'm not saying it always recommended. If possible, if you have endpoint, do API automation first actually. This will definitely help us to decrease the number of bugs and make your application robust actually. You can make your application more bug free actually. There are some more feature annotation here. Test.fail, test.fixim, slow. Suppose some test.slow. Suppose you if in any of the tests, suppose you saying you feeling like this test case is very slow, taking time. So you can put slow inside it. So what it will do, Playwright will internally manage. Okay, he say okay, slow is mentioned. I have to execute this test case slowly. So in case of slow, what will happen, it will automatically timeout. Actually it will increase the automatically default timeout, because Playwright have a 4 second 4 second timeout actually for every command, right? But if you put slow, it will automatically increase the timeout. So if here mark the test case slow and triple the timeout actually. Fix me, mark the test case as failing, Playwright will not run. So if you put again this fix me, so Playwright will not execute, because it will assume internally, okay, this test case I have to fix. I do not need to execute this test case. Test dot fail. Suppose if you mark any of the test case failing, Playwright will run the test and ensure that it does indent fail. So Playwright automatically assume that this test case will be fail. If it will pass, then Playwright will complain actually. Skip, you can skip any of the test case if you do not want it. So these are some of the annotation. Filter visibility element. This player just introduced few days back. You can filter the visible element. Suppose you have a DOM. In the DOM you have a HTML, and in the HTML few elements are hidden and few elements are not hidden, right? But you want to capture only the visible element, non-hidden item. So you can just pass filter visible equal to true. So this is one of the features they just introduced in their last version actually. Copy as a prompt. This is another feature. So if you see here, so once your test case are executed, so suppose your test case is failed, and you can do. Let me quickly show this because this is very important. I can just in a 1 minute I will complete my just a minute. So let me run the test case. Let me run this test case. Though it will pass, but still, okay. Let me do one more thing. Let me write some more thing here. Let me fail it intensely. Okay, let me fail it. This is the. I want to just showcase you the benefit of this. So it's a kind of just they have just introduced last to last release. So what you can do, suppose your test case is failed, you can just click on this copy to prompt and you can type in any of the LLM model, either ChatGPT or Cloud or any of. What it will do, it automatically ChatGPT or Claude or Gemini, it will automatically correct this actually, right? So let me show this. What is from just a minute. Let me run this. So the benefit of this basically is that so it will automatically actually you can just copy this and just paste into the any of the LLM. So in the meantime it's running. So let me move to the next slide first. Yeah. So this is all about for the today's session, right? So let me just quickly check it's running.
Thank you so much, Patak.